Star Wars The Black Series, Crosshair Imperial, from the Disney Plus show Star Wars The Bad Batch. Let's talk about it.
MBB on the track.
What are party people in the place? I am the ruckus, and these are my toys. On deck we have Star Wars The Black Series by Hasbro, Crosshair Imperial from the Disney Plus show Star Wars The Bad Batch. This is a Walmart exclusive. So this is my second day in a row getting an exclusive Black Series figure. The other day I had gotten Artillery Stormtrooper from the Mandalorian Disney Plus show. Today I've got Crosshair, the Imperial version from the Bad Batch. So let's hope the streak continues with getting good figures, or at least we hope it's good. So what we have here is the now standard packaging for Black Series. You've got the packaging that isn't squared, actually triangles out, kind of, sorta. As typical, we've got Star Wars The Black Series spot varnished on top. You have the figure cleanly displayed in the window, as well as the accessories. You have Star Wars The Bad Batch in the Bad Batch's colors, which is a kind of burgundy. And then of course you have what the figure is, in this case Crosshair, the Imperial version. On the side you have artwork looking pretty good there. Then you have on the back more artwork. This is number 9 in the Bad Batch series. And you have a write-up. You've got Crosshair Imperial. Formerly a member of the Bad Batch, Crosshair's loyalties shift after his team defects from Imperial service. Committed to the Empire, Crosshair leads a new squad of enlisted recruits. So that speaks of when, spoiler alert, when Crosshair stayed with the Empire. Other side, all you have is the spot varnished Star Wars The Black Series logo. At the top, you just have a window. At the bottom, legalese, and that's about the size of it. So before we get started with Crosshair, yesterday when I reviewed the Artillery Stormtrooper, I failed to show a comparison. I spoke on the comparison, but I didn't show it. So here we are. This is the Artillery Stormtrooper along with the Incinerator Trooper, so you can see the differences in the color schemes. The basic white Stormtrooper uniform, armor, and the different coloring to signify the specialty of the trooper in question. The Incinerator Trooper is lined in fiery red, where the Artillery Trooper lined in a bright yellow. So other than that, they're the same exact figure. So there you have it for the Artillery Stormtrooper Incinerator Stormtrooper comparison. So here's Crosshair Imperial out of the packaging, displayed exactly how he was showcased in the packaging with the helmet on. And right away there are noticeable differences. This Crosshair is molded in a darker gray, a kind of charcoal gray for the uniform, the armor. The helmet has for the visor portion, the visor is painted a green, as well as the bottom of the we'll call it the chin slash jawline, and the mouthpiece is painted in silver. Going down, there's some silver also at the bottom of, we'll call it the chin. The belt is painted with some silver, and if we look on the back, we'll see that the rear is also painted in silver. The pads that are back there, but other than that, it's just one color of we'll call it charcoal gray. Yeah, and that's about it. There are no paint applications anywhere else. Quite frankly, the original release had more paint on it, but that's because the original Crosshair was clothed in Bad Batch attire. They all wore more or less the same kind of uniform slash armor, which they of course personalized and customized for themselves individually. As I said, this figure was in the package the way how you see him here, but he can have his helmet come off, if she'll come off. There we go. Take some doing. And there's our guy Crosshair right there. We'll go over the helmet. Technically it's an accessory, and speaking of accessories, another great thing is he came with his blaster, his hand blaster, already in his holster, so it isn't glued in or sculpted in. It actually comes out and is functional, which is great. So there we have it. Let's take a closer look at this head sculpt. Peeping out Crosshair's head sculpt, you see that he's got the customary scar over the right eye, which looks very decent, very good. He's got the gray hair. Everything is looking pretty accurate to the character in the show. He's got there's no wash in the hair. It's just molded in gray, and that's really about it. But everything else about the head sculpt looks pretty decent. We'll compare it with the original to see if there are any changes. As far as the detail of the armor, like I said earlier, it's just a re-release with no paint. It's just molded in a black, a charcoal grayish color. Still has all the line work, but just no paint apps, with the exception of those pads in the rear. Nothing along the boots at all. Just a molded figure. For his accessories, as I had shown before, he's got his hand blaster, which came already holstered in package, which is great. They already had it in its storage, and it's the same as his previous blaster, just molded in black plastic. It's got detail, but of course you can't really discern because it's all one color. As stated before, his helmet, he came in packaging with the helmet on, and so closer up you could see the paint apps of the helmet. The sighting visor is articulated and will go down and go back up. Nothing going on inside, and there's nothing going on in the rear of the helmet. But yeah, you can see the different paint apps there. Next up is his backpack. As you can see, it's the same as before. If you have the previous Crosshair, you'll know this. It's got the slit to house his sniper weapon, and there is some paint there in the center of it, red with two bluish dots. Other than that, it's just painted in, or rather molded in the same color plastic as the rest of the body of the figure. Finally, we have Crosshair's long rifle, same as the previous version. The only thing that's different, unless I'm mistaken, is this won't come apart. It seems to be actually glued in, whereas the other long rifle from the previous version came in two pieces and you snapped them together. It made for easier storage on the backpack, but this doesn't seem to be able to come out. If somebody out there, if you've got one and yours came apart, let me know. I'm sure it's just glued on and could probably come apart, but I'm not going to risk it right now, at least not on camera. Taking a look at Crosshair's articulation, now that we've got his helmet back on, also his head can go back like that, can go forward a lot with the helmet on, which is great. Definitely has attitude there, can go all the way around like that, can 360, and the neck also moves too in there, by the way. Shoulders, he's got the shoulder pads which are connected to the torso portion of the shoulder area on the body. The arms can move out to 90 degrees and can do a 360 rotation, but the shoulder pads will impede. There are no bicep swivels as is standard with Black Series figures. He's got single jointed elbow. That swivel's also standard with Black Series figures. He's got a rotating wrist that hinges. The left side hinges horizontally. The right hinges vertically. Diaphragm can go forward that much, back that much. You can lean them side to side, and you can rotate. The legs, the thighs, can do the splits that far. Oh, and by the way, the belt is floating and separate. You can get his legs up, do a straight up 90, can go back some, which is great. He's got single jointed knees. I should have mentioned yesterday that artillery stormtrooper also had single jointed knees. I believe I said double. Correcting myself now. Forgive a brother. And they rotate in and out, which is also standard to Star Wars Black Series figures. You can point the toe that much, bring it up to there, and he does have ankle pivot and holes on the bottom of his feet. So here we have both versions of Crosshair together, and you can totally see the differences. The original version has got paint apps on the shoulder pad, on his arms, on his one difference that the old version has over the new does have a set of shells hanging from his chest piece over there. The helmet has paint apps on it as well, and like I said, the shoulder pads, they've got paint on them, and the backpack also has a different paint app. It's got a line across and no paint there in the center. Those are the differences between Crosshair of the Bad Batch and Crosshair Imperial. And so to sum it all up, in conclusion, we've got here Crosshair Imperial of the Bad Batch from Star Wars Black Series. And I have to say, I mean, I like the figure. I can't front on that score, but it clearly, the original version totally outclasses this one in regards to paint apps. It's a little bit more colorful, and that's saying a lot considering that both versions are cast in very drab colors. But the original version, the Bad Batch version, definitely beats this version in paint apps. They both have the same accessories, which is cool, but other than that, there's no real difference other than the coloring and of course the designation. You can't really, if you're trying to have an Imperial display, it wouldn't really look good with the original version in that display. So it's pretty good. I mean, and if you're a completionist like myself, you're going to get it anyway. So good figure, not necessary if you don't really want it. If you're a collector, an avid collector and a completionist, then yeah, go get it if you still can. This is a Walmart exclusive. It was available online along with Captain Rex and Shock Trooper. I myself haven't seen them in any brick and mortar stores as of yet. I still need to get the Shock Troopers. I want to get about 6 of those. I blew getting it online. I didn't even know that they were up. By the time I realized it was a done deal. As far as Captain Rex, I did have Captain Rex in my shopping cart, and well, as is wont with Walmart and at least back in the day Target, the bots basically got me. It sold out from under me as I was checking out, so I'm still in the market for a Bad Batch Captain Rex as well. So, but we'll see how I do, what my luck is like in terms of getting that. But anyway, that's it for this particular review. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and smash that bell so you can be notified when I upload another video. Until the next time, my peeps, remember, the hunt continues. And I'm out. Peace.